This plant is Abelia Confetti, and a few years ago they came out with some more compact varieties. There's Kaleidoscope, and it has a more of a yellow variegation. If you look at this guy, it's nice. This is August, by the way, and it's blooming, so you get these white flowers along with the white variegation, and it's a nice looking little plant. I've put it here next to Loropetalum Plum Delight. I like the contrast in the foliage, so that was a conscious decision on my part to have those two colors play off of one another. And how to use this in design, I would say that you want to give this about 4 feet wide. These plants are 9 years old, so what you see here is pretty much what they do, at least in my area, where it's high 20s is our low temp for the winter, and 90s and low hundreds are our high temps during the summer. What I love about this plant as a design element is it needs almost no maintenance. I've trimmed off some of these little stems that start to take off on the top there. I probably do that once a year, and it takes me all of a minute and a half, because there'll only be 3 or 4 of those that are worth dealing with. Other than that, this thing stays put, and it's about 18 to 24 inches high. And as a design element, I don't like to use a lot of white. I've said that in other videos. So when I get plants that have a lot of white or white variegation, I like to use them as an accent, but not in large groupings. I think they're best used that way, where they have something to play off, like this Loropetalum like you see here, so that you can fully appreciate what's interesting about their variegated foliage. The white flowers are nice. They probably bloom for a couple of months during the middle of the summer, but you know, even when it's not in bloom, you've got 12 months of interest with this plant, and that's always something as a designer I'm looking for. Is I don't want to rely on bloom cycles any more than I have to, so dwarf variegated foliages are something that are fun to design with, because I get year-round interest out of the plant. If I were using these in a group, I would tell you to space them 3 to 3.5 feet on center, and again expect them to be about 18 to 24 inches high eventually. This plant did reach this size you're looking at within 2 years, and now it's just pretty much stay put. I have to do very little to it, so it's super low maintenance. Abelias are moderately drought tolerant. They can take some low water for a while, but they look better with some regular water, I would tell you. And so far as deer resistance, I would say these are deer resistant. Most of the Abelias, the deer tend to leave them alone, but I would say this is not a definite, so check it out in your area before you go crazy with it and find out that your deer like it. Abelia Confetti, excellent little dwarf variegated shrub, evergreen shrub.